And now, from Glasgow.
So, welcome to stage 6 of the ET. It's new pack day, and as anyone may know who's watched my previous videos, I'm in a real dilemma. This seems to be an absolutely fantastic build, but I'm sorry, I'm really not happy with Fanhome. They've sent me my covering letter. I am covering up the address, and then we've got a letter which says, due to the huge success of this collection, we've run out of stock and unable to deliver the gifts you were expecting. Sorry about that. Just to let you know, rather than wait for the missing gift to come back in stock, we want to start sending you the items. Don't worry, the missing gift will be included in the next shipment. Now, I'll be absolutely honest with you, I don't do builds for free gifts. Obviously, I want the free gift if they're promising us one. It turns out the missing free gift is a binder, which I don't really want anyway, but I'll show you this that made me laugh. This is the box that it came in, and it's upside down because it's got my address on it. And look, you've got some posters which are now folded in half. That's Fanhome for you. Right, so let's have a look at stage 6. Now, as you may remember, in the last issue, they've given us this half-finished servo. Now, I do keep all my parts in a box, so there was nothing wrong with this. I could have put it in a box. But then, obviously, with the delays, you know, it's been quite a few weeks now since I did the last build. And I did wrap it with masking tape, which we can remove now. But it just seems really crazy that that was where we stopped. You know, and then what's also going to happen is we've got 3 issues in this pack. The next pack is going to receive 6 issues. Why could they not have given us four issues in the last pack, maybe 4 issues in this one, 4 issues in the next one, and then go on to 6? You know, I get it. You know, you've got to space your packs out evenly, but if you stop at a funny place, especially when you're a monthly build, it's just crazy. Right, so the parts that we've got is 601 server eye mount cover. I'm guessing that's going to go over there somehow, maybe that way, something like that. Then we've got 602. Now, in the magazine, this is down as being white, as you can see. It's actually grey. I don't really think it's going to make a lot of difference because this is going to be inside the head, so don't panic. 603, I think, is this one a 10-tooth gear, 10T gear. The reason I think it's this one is because 604 and 605 is a 10T gear. Sorry, that's 10-tooth, 36 tooth. So I am correct. When they call it 10 tooth and 36 tooth, it means that this one has got 10 and that one's got 36 teeth. I'm not going to count them, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's about a third of the way through. So yeah, I'll trust that. This one is 604 is a 10 tooth gear. Now that's not a 10 tooth gear. But it's got a hexagonal shaft, which is piece number 5. I'm guessing they may ask us later on to insert that shaft, but it has come together. And then we have a round shaft, 606. We then have some black screws. They're calling this PTP screws. And then we have lubricating grease for the servo motor. which is a nice touch. I will admit that. So we are going to begin where we left off. So obviously I need to make sure that the masking tape comes off, otherwise it's going to get in the way. I should have done this before we started building, and I noticed that one of my cogs has come loose, so I will double check that, and if necessary I will check the instructions to see that I've put it back properly, but I don't think it's going to need it. No, so there's a little hole under there and that's all in fine. So we'll use that as our starting point. So the next thing we want to do is pop this round. I've got my masking tape stuck to my wrist. So the round motor is going into that hole there, not that hole. I don't think it's, yeah, it's not going to fit anyway. And then we want to pop our piece number 3, the gear, and that's going to go in like that. So what's happening when this motor turns, now I thought this was a DC motor, but I think it's actually a servo motor or stepper motor. So what's going to happen is that motor will turn that cog, and because that cog there is part of it, that in turn will turn this one, which will obviously has this motor there. That will turn this one, and what that will do is it's kind of changing the gears. It's the same principle as riding a bike. So when you have where your pedals are, you've got a big cog, and that big cog will drive a smaller cog, and that'll make it go faster. But the big cog is giving the power, and then I can't remember the physics of this, because you're turning a big cog, which is then turning a smaller one. I cannot remember if that's going to slow things down or speed things up. I can't remember, but it's going to do one or the other. Right, so what we need to do now is we need to pop some grease in. Now I don't really know the best way to do this, and what I would not, there we go, it's actually slowing everything down. I don't know if you can see the rate of turning on that. You see this one's moving rather slowly. I don't know the best way to do this. It says to carefully set up matching the teeth. With a fine brush, apply a little lubricating grease to the gears and shafts as indicated. So let's find a scrabby old brush that I don't need, and I think the best candidate for this is a Humbrol Airfix brush, because I'm doing so many starter sets now. I get these in abundance. So I'm just going to cut the corner off here, and I'm going to, now it says to apply to this one and this one. It doesn't say anything about the rest. I don't know whether to apply grease to all of them, all of the smaller cogs, because if you apply grease to the smaller cogs, that in turn will transfer it to a larger cog. And I'm probably putting too much on. You don't really need that much grease, you just need a thin layer. I know that in a car, if you over grease stuff, you just get this big lumpy build up. But we're definitely applying it there. Listen, I'm going to do as the instructions say. If it says to only apply to 2 cogs, then I will only apply it to 2 cogs. And I should actually apply that one first, because then I can use this motor to turn that one. And what I'm doing is I'm applying a little bit of grease to about 1/3 of the cog, and then I'm rotating it, and then I'm applying to the next third. So I dare say that with using this over time, this will all that grease will spread about. Actually, I could actually, this would be even easier if I take the motor up a little bit, I'm free to turn those. I don't know. It says to add the grease to 2 of the cogs, and not 3. What would you guys do? I'll tell you what, let's move on. Right, so that's I don't know, I'm gonna put a little bit on. That's odd. It's forgotten to tell us to put one of the cogs in. It hasn't. I've actually missed this bit out. So this cog needs to go in next. And do you know what? I don't think greasing it is actually going to hurt it, is it? So I'm going to pop a little bit of grease on all of the cogs. Now, it does say as well, don't throw away the grease, because you will need it for future stages. You know, that just feels so much nicer having greased all of the cogs. It's a little tiny bit sticky, but it will be. That is the nature of the grease. And then obviously this one on the motor will spread over time. Sorry, I've just wasted so much time on this. Right, so what we're going to do now is take our cover, piece number 1. We're going to place that over there, and you'll see there's 3 screw holes. 1, 2, 3. Forgot to put that one back in. So look, that cog is going to stick through that hole, and it's going to leave our motor there, and we want to attach that with 3 screws. And daft me is now going to have to take a cut because I haven't got a screwdriver ready. Can you believe that? I have got a screwdriver here. This isn't my preferred screwdriver, but it's going to save me making cuts. So I think I'm going to pop the first screw in there just to hold that together. And this is going into plastic, so don't over tighten them. There you go, that's telling me when to stop. You can feel the resistance change. And as you can see, I haven't washed my hands, so I've got grease all over the place. Give that a bit of a wipe with, I'm actually going to use paint thinners because it's got alcohol in it, but alcohol, damp cloth with a bit of soap on it, anything that's degrease, a bit of washing up liquid, not neat. Right, so we check for looseness. See, that's loose, so I want to just carry on screwing that in. This plastic is actually such good quality that the resistance can just change just by drilling through it, screwing through it. There we go, that's in. Right, so the next stage then is to pop this on. Now, if we want to take it exactly as the magazine says, with the wire there, we want to pop that there. Whether that's going to make a difference, I don't know. And you can actually see the motor in there, and I can actually turn it. So because of that, I'm not going to over worry about the position of this. This has obviously got a notch on it so it can move something. Right, so the next step is we want to bring in our eye assembly, which is this one here. And with it upside down, the magazine's actually showing you it from the bottom. So we want to place in our motor, and that's just fallen off. And let's have a look at this, because this is the, remind me guys, is this the I servomotor? Yeah, it is. It's the I servomotor. So whatever we do, we want some kind of link up with this. So if I can see why they're telling us to do it from the bottom. So we want to, can you see there's 2 holes, semicircular holes there? So that's going to link in there. And they actually want us to put the wire going that way. So you're going to have to bear with me. If you do this the wrong way round, it's going to fall off. So that goes into there like so. And I'm not happy with that because that is not linking up. So if you do it this way round, it's actually too far back. So you actually want it this way, I think. That makes more sense to me. There. No. Okay, let me do this. Do you know what? It's not, I'm guessing that wants to go there. So that as it turns, it moves the eyes. Can you see that rotates? So I think right. So it's telling us, yes. Okay, my bad, guys. So what's happened is it does go this way, but as you turn it, it's then this way. Well, of course, as you turn it upside down, everything gets reversed. So it is my fault. I've got it the wrong way round. I was kind of not translating the turning around. Right, so as I pop it in, I don't know if you can see that, but that grey bit, there's a little knob in there. And then that will move those eyes. Whew, I've made a bit of a mountain out of a molehill there, didn't I? Right, so with 2 more screws, none spare this issue. I hope this isn't a trend. And we're going to screw that in there like so. And I'm just going to put the first one in enough to bite so that doesn't drop out. Right, so that one's in tight. So we'll finish screwing this one in. And that looks fine. Right, so it's telling us that we can test this. I'm not sure, because it's a servo motor, isn't it? But we'll give it a go. So nothing's happening for me. Because I haven't switched it on. Oh, nice. It works. Okay, I'm happy with that. But I'm a bit of a klutz for the batteries, aren't I? Last issue when I tested this, I had the polarities the wrong way round, so it didn't work. Now I tried to test the eyes, and the battery box wasn't switched on. Still, I think I need to go away now and reevaluate my position in the part work world. But that is it for this issue. I'm happy enough with this. I'm just happy now we finished that box, because I didn't like it half finished. So we are going to do issue 7 in 2 weeks time. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a spoiler. The title for the next video is the eyelid servo motor part 1. So guys, I hope I've been quite entertaining to you. That is this week's issue, this fortnight's issue. Yeah, hope you liked it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next issue. Bye bye.